through dimensions, from the third to the fifth and beyond. Join us on this transformative journey, building bridges to a new world you create. Strap in and buckle up, you're in the driver's seat of your own reality. We are your guides, providing insights into the healing process and the knowledge to construct your bridge to abundance and prosperity. Introducing your host of the Quantum Healing Show, Dr. Mugzzi and Digital Tom. Are you ready to unlock your potential?
Hello and welcome to the Quantum Healing Show, and Happy New Year to everybody. Welcome to 2024. We made it, folks. We're here. George is calling this the year of change. This is going to be an exciting year for you guys, for all humanity. I can't wait to see what unfolds for our new world. It's going to be really cool. Without further ado, let's bring in Dr. Mugzzi. Hi, Mugzzi. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm doing great. So what we are doing on quantumhealing.club, it's a quantum healing center where people can go and educate themselves and learn about their bodies on a different level than what we've been experiencing in the past. In the past, we've been more in a paradigm of disease catching, disease chasing, disease confusion and chaos. And people had a very difficult time trying to figure out what was the right way, what's the right barometer to make all life heal and also to live longer in a healthy way, because just living longer isn't always a blessing unless you have your health. So part of this paradigm shift that we're bringing about with health and healing has a lot to do with understanding two basic principles. Number one is poison, which we're going to call a positive ion, and health, life, giving nutrients, which we're going to call negative ions. There's only two factors in quantum healing. Either you're healing or you're poisoning. Now, what I find very interesting is that Mary Magdalene liked the teal blue flower, which represented life. And Lilith liked the red rose, which represented blood, or the death of our blood, which is the two paradigms that we see quite a bit with the blue and the red, the blue and the red, the blue and the red. So you're either for life or you're going to be for death and the blood, depending on who you are. Depends on what side of the fence you're on and which world paradigm you're going to be existing within. So what I want to address today is the importance of frequency healing and why it's so important. The reason why we really want to raise our ideas and our barometer of what is health is going to do with frequency. The higher the vibration, the higher our health. They go in tandem. The more that you lower frequency, the lower your health is. So a good example of this is that the correlation between disease and our health is also synonymous with our frequency. So if you're under a lot of stress, your body's creating a lot of acid, which comes out in your urine, which is why it's yellow. It's an acid. That stress then starts to deteriorate the organs and the body and the rhythm of your biosphere within your body. So it's very important, if not crucial, to always be understanding what you're putting in your body, if it's a vibration, and if it's a vibration, if it's a high vibration or a low. The more that you put high vibrational foods into your body, the faster and better you're going to feel, because you're a battery. If you think of your vessel, your body, this biological body, as a battery, what you put in will directly influence the health of your battery. The healthier your battery is, the higher your consciousness, the higher your thought process, and the more abilities that your DNA is going to be able to achieve. And that means clairvoyant, clairescence, all the clairs, but also being able to remote view or see things in your mind's eye. People are living in a low functional, low frequency lifestyle. When you consume blood, you are consuming a low vibration, and it literally takes your battery's energy to get rid of that blood in your body because it is so toxic. Your body can't handle it. So when we're talking about high vibrational foods, you can actually look this up where you will see the frequency of an apple or the frequency of a peach or the frequency of kale. And the higher the frequency, the better you're going to feel. Now, not all apples are the same. There's going to be different scalable differences with the frequency of, say, an apple. So an apple that has plastic on it and it's an lipo plastic contaminated food, then that's going to have a lower frequency and it's going to take your body's frequency to get rid of it. So it's actually running in the minus spectrum of energy. Okay. That means if you withdraw from your checking account constantly, eventually the body's going to give out because all the mini little batteries that you have in your body are going to need all of that energy to push out the poisons. That's why you don't want to be putting poisons in your body. So if I take that apple and I have it homegrown, I have my soil where I'm conditioning it, I'm fertilizing it, not with chemicals, but with real food. I can take bananas, dried bananas, grind them up and make a powder. And now I got potassium. Potassium causes my plants to bloom, which gives me more tomatoes or more flowers, whatever I'm trying to achieve. If I need more calcium in my soil, I don't go get a chemical. Instead, I get my eggshells and I can reduce that down to my calcium by washing them up, grinding them up, making a powder, and then adding it to my soil. The banana is the potassium, which is the last number that you're always looking at to achieve a high number when you're trying to make your vegetables bloom. Okay. Nitrogen is the green. It can be leaves, it can be any kind of debris from your kitchen scraps that is going to enrich your soil. And then some of your plants, like roses, they like bone meal or blood. That's where that energy goes into the soil and then it neutralizes the soil around you. I really like to use my table scraps and being able to know the difference between my nitrogens, my calciums, and my potassiums by using things out of my kitchen. Then I'm putting organic stuff, materials back into my soils to grow higher frequency foods. Because if you look at your food, not just as an apple, but as a frequency, you're going to be eating differently. The higher the vibration, the higher your consciousness, the more that your DNA is going to open up and expand, and the more abilities you're going to have, which means the better your life will be. It all comes together. Now, there are people that are proclaiming to drink your urine.
You what?
And urine therapy.
What?
This is not any type of a wellness program at all. If you look at it from a frequency standpoint, it is a toxic matter. The bioweapons that were allegedly in shots or in foods or wherever, heavy metals, they can only last in the body for 2 months. if people aren't running out and getting more of these foods with heavy metals or more of these treatments or however they're doing it and adding more of these nanobots or nanotechnology into their body, if you're not putting it in the way that you got it in initially and you stopped, then it only makes sense that those that benefit from a diseased body would be proclaiming to drink the urine, because the urine is full of nanobots. It is full of acid. That's why it's yellow in color. So just as we would not go out and eat the trash that we just threw out in the trash can, we're not going to be putting in our vessel poison foods to think that we're going to get health or any type of nutrition from it whatsoever. It's very much a bad choice because you don't want to put in your battery acid, okay? We want to put pure things, which has a high vibration, which is water with minerals. What happens with water and minerals is that you get the electric charge that you need for your vessel or your battery so that your soul can integrate with that vessel. Okay. Another thing is you need copper, but you can't take a copper supplement. You need to be drinking water out of a copper glass that gets the vibration of the copper. The copper doesn't come off in the water. It puts a vibration in that your body can't tell the difference. It's just an energy that your body is consuming and digesting, and it will use that copper frequency to begin to heal itself because our body needs gold, silver, and copper and other elements, cobalt, which is also part of copper. Okay. You do not have to consume those items. You just need the frequency. So this is a new way of thinking and a new way of wanting to bring the purest form of energy into our body that will then heal the body. Okay. Now, what we also want to do is we want to think of our vibration. If you think about a speaker, when it's playing a song, it will vibrate. It will go a little bit or a lot. This is where tuning forks come in. So the bigger the vibration, the faster we're going to heal. And this is what you want to do with your food. You always want to be looking at what vibration and frequency that thing that you're putting in your mouth is going to cause. Because the more energy, vibration, the more of a higher resonance within your body, the better you're going to feel, the more elevated you're going to be, and the more that you're going to be able to integrate your biological unit, which is like a glove, and acclimate it with the soul that comes from a higher dimensional state. It's the light body, it's the hand that goes into the glove. The more that you can integrate your glove at a higher vibration, the more access your soul body's going to have into this physical body. And that is when the DNA comes alive, and that is when all your gifts start to flower and come into fruition. Okay? You really want to stay away from things that have a low vibration, like even people, conversations, things on the TV show. You want to avoid that because whatever you're thinking goes into your body via a vibration. Your body is filled 80% with water. So if you're poisoning your water with urine, with nanobots, with chemicals, you are poisoning the vessel via the water that then will lower your frequency and keep you in a lower state of mind or a lower consciousness. The lower the consciousness, the lower level of life you're going to have. Now, this is where we're going to go into manifesting. Manifesting is not a wish list. It's not where you pray to God to give you what you can't achieve yourself. It is really a way of being able to manipulate the energies around you. The lower your frequency, the less you're going to be able to influence the energies within the universe, and the less ability you're going to have to manifest anything that you want. It's like taking a little finger and touching your computer screen. It doesn't do nothing, okay? What you want to do is you want to be able to get this energy, this vibration, this resonance really amped up so that when you start walking your feet down a path, and manifesting means that you mirror what you want. If you are mirroring that you want to have a high profile life in a way where you want abundance, then you need to have the education, you need to have the consciousness to mirror what you're trying to achieve. Okay. Manifesting is not a wish list. It's you stepping into those shoes, walking a path that will mirror what you want to achieve. So for instance, like if I say, I want to know everything that there is about the brain. I'm manifesting that I am going to be a brain surgeon and I'm going to make $500,000 a year being a brain surgeon, and I'm going to help everybody with their brain. Okay. But then I don't do anything about it. I wrote it on a book. Somebody told me to write it into a book, and then I put it in between my mattress and I forgot about it. And I do nothing to become that brain scientist. Instead, I go out and I get on welfare, or I sit on the couch and eat bonbons. I am not mirroring or looping what Trump is always saying. You want to loop. This is working with energy. What you want is what you become. And that's how you draw that energy into you. The more that your battery is charged at a high vibration, you have a higher consciousness. Your consciousness needs to mirror what you want to become. So that means I need to go to school. I need to start learning about the brain. I need to know physics. I need to know science. I need to know the chemistry of how the brain works. As I move into this new journey, this pathway, I can now loop that energy back to me because I am becoming what that needs to be in order to draw that end result to my being. And that's how manifesting works. It doesn't just happen because somebody said somewhere on a video that you need to just pray about it and it's going to happen. No, what we are supposed to learn is how to manipulate energy. That's why we are little gods in training. That's why we are learning how to manipulate energy. And if you can't, at the fundamental basics, understand that food is your energy and will be your vibration and becomes part of your vessel, if you can't get that, then you're not going to be able to manifest the life that you want. You're going to have a low vibration life because that's what you're looping back to yourself. Tom, do you have any questions?
When you talk about the urine therapy, it reminds me of we've had people tell us that they've noticed things when they use the restroom floating in the stool, like nanobots or parasites. And it just makes me think about, if you're doing a urine therapy, why would you even consider drinking that's trying to exit the body? I just wanted to comment on that.
It is probably one of the worst things that you could possibly do. And I don't know how many people that actually did urine therapy are still alive. over, they've been trying to do this for 10 or 20 years, and it's been revealed that the people that push urine therapy are either part of a darker cabal type environment, or they're doing things that are nefarious and not good. Or one of my pet peeves is that you have people that are not educated that are giving out energy medicine. If once you understand what is in that urine, you have mold, you have candida, you have parasites or nematodes, you have nanobots, you have toxic chemicals. That urine is so bad, it's worse than tap water. So what would be somebody's motive to get somebody to drink something and call it a therapy? That is just crazy. Your body makes stem cells from healthy foods, high vibrational foods, raw foods, organic foods. It's home cooking. So now they're even seeing that they're putting bugs in your flour, bugs in your cakes or your rolls or whatever. Bugs are not meant for your body. They're very toxic. They have chemicals in their body, and most bugs eat garbage. So think about that for a minute. You have garbage that you're throwing out that you say you're not going to eat it because it's garbage. The bugs eat it, and then you turn around and eat the bugs. That makes no sense. There's no logic. People have to start using critical thinking and raise their vibration and start studying energy, physics, and learning the vibration of foods and what they're putting in their body to achieve what they want to manifest. George has told me this many, 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 many times. There are people out there that are getting RVs, that are getting their coins, they're getting their wallets set up, and they're going to have instantaneous wealth. Okay, that's true. But the fact is that if you don't have common sense and you can't use critical thinking and figure out that urine therapy is horrible for you. Oh my gosh! If you can't figure that out, chances are you're not going to be able to hang on to your wealth either. You're not able to determine a scam. Uh-oh. And that's when people get victimized. And it's not my job. It's not the police job to always figure out what is right and wrong for you. That's your job. That's why we're becoming higher consciousness beings. And if you can't figure out when people are lying to you, then you're going to fall victim to it. George calls it the hammer. You're going to get the hammer on the head over and over again until you figure it out. The warning signs are out there. People are doing what they can to give you clues that this is going on, but it's up to the individual to use their critical thinking to gain knowledge and be responsible for the choices that they make. And that's where we're going in the 5D. So if you can't do that, then you need to stop and learn, or chances are you probably won't be here.
I think the thing that people are having trouble with is they get information from somebody that gives them valid information that's actually sourced out and true. And then all of a sudden, that same person that just gave that great information is now putting out bad information. I think that's confusing for a lot of people.
It's called the flip, right? And this has been going on for a long time. The deep state has been doing this heavily for the last 20 years. We've seen it with a lot of radio hosts or video makers. They get out and they tell you a little bit of good stuff. I mean, I can name a bunch of names. You guys are going to have to recall, but they get out and they tell you a little bit of good stuff or a lot of good stuff. And then all of a sudden they flip. That is a classic move of the red rose, of the ones that are on the other side. Henry Kissinger was the one that said, you want to confuse them. You want to mix the black and the white. You want to give them that good and then flip it for the bad. You want to be the Pied Piper. You want to play your music and get everybody to follow you, and then you have them jump off a cliff. That's why you always have to have critical thought. There's a lot of good information that bad guys have put out, but you have to be able to decipher what's good and bad. That's up to you. That's becoming an empowered fifth dimensional being. It's all together. And if you can't protect yourself, you probably aren't going to make it. And protection is knowledge. So if you look at what Satan really means in the Sumerian text, it actually means ignorance. That the Satan, meaning the person that has ill intent towards you, can convince you of something because you have lack of knowledge. What is God? God is knowledge and life. Satan is ignorance and death, the red and the blue. So people need to choose what they want to experience and act accordingly, and they will get exactly out of life what they put into it. The smarter you are, the less apt you are to be conned or fooled. And that's an empowerment position. And that's what George told me that the Galactics were here to teach. That according from his point of view, that they wanted everybody to learn empowerment. And that's why part of the plan takes so much time teaching people what's going on, is so you can develop your own reasoning skills, critical skills, being able to think logically, knowing the facts, being able to decipher who's thinking for you and convincing you to believe that versus you going and looking it up. Those that don't want to research, those that want to stay in the Satan mindset, then you're going to fall victim. That's just the way it is. It's black or white. Once you get empowered with knowledge, and if you don't know something, you know you can go look it up and it's at your fingertips. I mean, now they've got AI Grok who's coming out telling people stuff. It's up to you to go learn it. Ignorance is a choice. It's not a state of mind. Victimization is a choice. And what's going to be very revealing in the future is those that choose ignorance. And if they do, it's going to be like poop in a pool. Nobody's going to want to be around them. Nobody's going to want to associate with that mindset. Whether you're family or friends, you won't. And you will see a lot of divorces because people are no longer going to be responsible for their mates to stay stupid, because it influences the life of their partner. And this big reveal was such a blessing in a disguise, because we got to see exactly how people think, to what degree they're thinking. And I don't want to be around people that stink and think, because it's toxic on many levels. You become who you're around. If people are smart and they're around you, then of course you're going to want to become smart because they are. You're not going to want to be the dummy. But if you hang around with thinking people that manipulate and do con job things because of their whatever they're creating, remember, everything that we create, good, bad, or indifferent, we're manifesting that. So we have to take responsibility. And where we're going in this new paradigm is we are going to want to associate with those that have manifested a blessing life, because we're going to want to do it too. And I believe that Q and Trump and the white hats, they're demonstrating this, not just to be loving and compassionate, but also to lay the hammer down when somebody violates. If somebody passes your boundaries, then you use your hammer to protect yourself, because your wellness, your vibration and resonance is everything you have. And if you're willing to let that go, then you're not going to be around. You have not learned your lesson. You'll recycle and go back to 3D. That's it. You're done. And that's what Trump is showing. In the deep state that everybody's talking about, is that they chose a path, and when they recycle, they got to go to review their life. And that's why they're doing these nefarious activities, is because they don't want to recycle. They don't want to see what they created, nor do they want to see their judgment that's going to be put on themselves by themselves to learn better why you don't do what you did. We don't want to experience that. We choose, well, I hope you choose a higher vibration life. That means it starts with what you put into your body, who you surround yourself with, and how you think about yourself and your life. And all of this is energy waves that goes out into the universe that will loop back to you and come back thanks to the moon. This is what it does. It's a magnetic. It pulls it back into you. It's a plasma ray coming back into you that will then give you exactly what you're manifesting according to what you eat, what you think, who you hang around with, and what you believe to be true. That's all it is. That's the biggest secret right there. So with that, I'm going to leave you guys to get out there and do your research, push the Satan away, and take as much of that knowledge as you possibly can to recreate yourself in a way that is going to be reflective of your golden age and what you want to achieve with it. Everybody gets to choose for themselves. It's free will. Okay. With that, I love you. And
hold on, Mugzzi. I got a couple of quotes I want to leave everybody with that will hopefully help you in the new year. The first one, the world you think you live in lives within you. The second one, if you change what you think, what you see will change. I hope that helps.
And I forgot to mention, it's New Year's. So you guys have a fantastic New Year's. Make sure that you're including your new life and the wonderful things that you're going to be able to do this year. Can't wait to talk to you guys again. And Tom and I will be keeping you in our prayers. Bye.
A goodbye for now, and we will catch you guys on the next episode of the Quantum Healing Show.
Until next time, keep building your bridge to abundance and prosperity. For more information on the Quantum Healing Show, please visit quantumhealing.club. That's quantumhealing.club. Until the next Quantum Healing adventure, take care and stay enlightened.
God's wish for you. Let this life unfold. Dreams soaring high. Worries controlled. Carry only what your heart can hold. On your journey, love be your stronghold. As you reach your goals, know someone loves you true. We're in this together, me and you. This is God's wish, echoing through. The victory's ours, we've already come through. You're not alone, feel the power of Q. White hats beside you, guiding you through. The fight is won, the war is done. Bask in the glory of God. May the days unfold with ease. Moments linger in gentle breeze. Every road guiding where you aim to be. Choices made, live free. If face the choices, choose what's true. The one that means the most to you. If doors close, find the windows glow in the call that you won't